You're now listening to PMN Tonga.
You're listening to PMN Tonga with John Pulu.
Ho e ki pia moe kakai whanua. It's a little after 4 p.m. Osisi eni me he whae whiawhi for us here in Tāna ki Makaurau, Aotearoa Nu'usila. Koe whainga Māori e koe ni, we're going to delve into the arts. And Samoan, Tongan and Māori artist Siniva Williams joins us right now via Zoom. You can go onto our PMN Tonga Facebook page to see her. So she joins us after featuring her work at the Nga Whetu art exhibition recently at the Corban Art Estate in Auckland, or Tāmaki Makaurau. Now, through her work, she was able to express herself as she set out to reconnect to her Pacific roots, and we'll talk more about that right now. Siniva, ma loilele, Nissan Bulavinaka, and kia ora, ma loso for welcome to our Polokalama.
Malo Pita for having me today.
Tari fia koe he Polokalama. A warm welcome to you, Siniva. Let's start with just as our Maori cousins in Ainga, they always start with acknowledging where they're from. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from in the kingdom.
Yeah, sure. So I'm very blessed and honored. So I've got a very beautiful name. So it's Mele Siniva Williams. But you
I
can't
love
think
it.
short. Calls me Siniva.
Oh, yeah.
And so my dad, he's Māori, so he's from he's Ngāpui and Rokawa, Ngāti Rokawa, and mom's Tongan and Samoan, so mom's from Vava'u. And
Vava'u in the house, eh?
yeah.
And have you had the chance to travel to the kingdom, to Vava'u?
Yes, I love it there. You know what? If I could, I would totally live in Tonga. It's just so beautiful, the islands, the people, and just the whole atmosphere. I love it there. It's beautiful.
And you have a beautiful connection there, because Vava'u is a beautiful paradise as well. Malo apito for acknowledging your roots. But talk to us about your journey and, the work that you do. Tell us more about your work and how it all started.
Yeah, sure. It's actually a long talano, so I don't know if we have like the time, but
You're all
I'll
good.
start from the beginning. So when I left, so I always wanted to be an artist like most people, but my family, I love my parents, but they wanted me to be a nurse or a doctor or an accountant, and I get like big ups to our nurses and our doctors because they are amazing. But for myself personally, I couldn't take it because I like the mental strain on myself. It was too much, to be honest. So I ended up doing nursing when I left college, and I loved helping the people, like loved it. But then if something happened to them, like they mate or something, they got really sick, like really puke, my offer for them, and I just got very overwhelmed, and
Oh, yeah.
it was difficult for me. So I ended up just doing any job, because I was still supporting my family.
Oh, yeah.
I was still looking after my family. And then pretty much when so my dad, he was actually very puke. That was the whole reason I went into nursing, because
Wow.
from a young age,
Oh, yeah.
when I was like 11, I looked after my dad, and so my family were like, oh yeah, she's gonna be a nurse or a doctor. Anyway, so ended up getting married with my husband, and we've got a young son.
Bless.
But during that time, so my husband at the time, he actually got chemo. He got melanoma stage 4 cancer. So that was really, really difficult. But it made us stronger.
Oh, yeah.
But at the time also, my dad was very poke, and so so my son had just been born.
Wow. Gosh, you had a lot on
really
your plate.
difficult.
Go, yeah.
Yeah, it's really difficult. But you know what? It really pushed me, because then when I thought about it, I was like, you know what? So when my dad passed away in 2017, it really hit home that I needed to like do something for myself, and just, life is so short. So why not do the things that you love? And that's when I decided just to go and study art. And so I actually started at MIT, that's the Manukau Institute of Technology. So that's where I started, but then in the end, we didn't get to finish because the course ended up closing, but I ended up transferring to Elam, so there was another opportunity there. So graduated this year, and then just all these opportunities have just been
Congratulations.
flooding in. Amazing. Yeah, it's been really good. So, yeah, a blessing in disguise.
Wow, what a start! But I guess it's things happen for a reason, if I may say it that way, and somehow it's kind of shaped the way you look at the world now with the way things are. But tell us about your work and how what you've been through has influenced or kind of shaped your kind of art.
Yeah, sure. So when I first started making art, my art it was beautiful, but it was just, just pretty pictures and there wasn't really any depth or meaning to them. So I was like, oh, what can I do? Because everything just looks so similar. And at the time I really wanted to find out more about because as I said before, like on Tangata Pacifica, we weren't raised in the Tongan way or in the Māori way, so we didn't know much. And but I wanted to change that because that's a part of us, that's who we
Oh
are.
yeah.
So I needed to go back into our connections, back into my roots. And that's when I got really inspired because our cultures is so beautiful, deep connection with like the past. And oh, it's just, oh gosh, when I think about all our like our ngatu, our tapa cloth, all these like messages in them and like these art, and it's just beautiful. So going deep into our cultures and just bringing it out and memories. So yeah, so I've been looking deeply into my cultures and just learning more about myself and who I am. But on the way, not only have I found out more about myself, because I also do portraiture as well. So that's
Wow.
portraits of our people, and just seeing their faces light up and reconnecting to their roots. Because I actually I took a photo of my mum, and she was very humble, my mum, and she was very fear to wear the ngatu, and she was like,
Oh.
oh Niva, I shouldn't wear it, because it's like that's the old ways when they used to wear the ngatu. I was like, mum, that's what makes it so special. So when I dressed her up in the ngatu and just the photo afterwards, she looks so delightful, and just that
Oh,
the
good.
whole manner that like came from her, it was beautiful. So yeah, I really love I love our cultures and just digging deep into that. Yeah.
Well, you're very blessed with the various cultures to dig into to find inspiration. Let's talk about
Yes.
how you've incorporated a bit of your culture in this exhibition that was at the Corban Estate here in Tamaki Makaurau. I understand that your son was part of it. Can you tell us more?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. So those photographs, so those beautiful taonga, they were actually created in our first lockdown. So it was really difficult creating those art pieces. So my son would have been probably 4 at the time, but because I didn't have that connection to my family, I also was thinking about our past. Like I had no connection to my culture. So then I was like, you know what? I need to not only find out for myself, but also for my son. Like that's really important. So I did a series. So the image that you would have seen at the Corban Estate. So I've done like 5 different pieces, and it's a series, and it shows each of my son's cultures, and it's really beautiful.
Well, congratulations with the work that you're doing. And how has that helped you in terms of reconnecting? You mentioned before, you weren't brought up or raised around the culture, and, you have many cultures, but tell us how your artwork has been, I guess, a way of you of finding out about your Tongan heritage, your Samoan, as well as your Māori heritage.
Yeah, definitely. So, for these different cultures, they're just, again, so beautiful and just really blessed. So, when I actually did find more about my different cultures, I was just like, to be honest, I was like, whoa, what? Like, kind of like step back because I just felt like our tupuna, so that's our ancestors, they were behind me and I was going in the right path. So, of course, our family would be looking down at us and they're like, yes, go and follow your cultures because that's who we are. So, why not? Why not reconnect our cultures and make it stronger for the future generations?
Mo'oni Pito, and it's great to see more of our Tongans in this particular space. Of course, like you mentioned, you have your own unique stories, but I guess it's one way of making sure that we're using this art form to tell stories. So congratulations on the work that you're doing. You also funded your own art space, so tell us, there's the Siniva Williams art. Talk to us more about
Yeah,
that.
sure. Well, so I did I kind of just jumped and started my own business because it was really like I was like, okay, I finished uni, I need to like do something more that I love. So I ended up making my own company. And so it's SinivaWilliams.com. But again, I'm still like, it's still coming through. But there's a lot of exhibitions going on. Should I do a talanoa about the exhibitions that are coming up?
Oh, that was the loveliest segue into your upcoming work, Tahine. But before that, tell us the URL so our kāinga can check out your website and then tell us more about your upcoming exhibitions, Whamole Mole Siniva.
Yeah, sure. So, yes, so as I was saying before, so my website is www.snivawilliams.com. And so it's basically our beautiful prints, and they're really beautiful. I've still got to set it up, but if you want to follow me on my socials, it's on Facebook, it's just Siniva Williams Art, and also it's the same on Instagram as well.
Toto ato pito. And your upcoming exhibitions, Whamole Mole Siniva.
Sure. That's why I was saying before, like how I was saying there was like a lot of opportunities coming through, which are amazing. And just super blessed just for these opportunities because things I didn't even think that would happen are happening. And again, truly honored. So anyway, exhibitions. I'm like getting away going through this way and that way.
No, you're all good. You're all good.
But exhibitions. So I actually have one on at the moment with my so I'm a mahanga, so I'm a twin. And so we have an exhibition at Te Oro, and that's to do with Matariki as well. So the exhibition is called Honore, which means honor in Māori. So that's basically to honor not only Matariki, but also our tupuna and our manu, and also our landscapes as well. So that's one of them.
Nice.
And then I've got some art pieces at the Meg's art show. So that's the Mount Albert fine art of Mount Albert Grammar School, and they're selling fine art. So there's that there on the 28th to the 31st of July. And I was actually very honored that so on the 28th of July, I was actually one of the finalists for the Contemporary Art
Wow.
Awards in Whitehead.
Toronto.
Yeah, so I was actually really like, I was like,
Congrats.
oh wow. So that was really cool. And then one last one, well, maybe. So on in August the 26th, at the Nathan Homestead, so that's in Manurewa, I've got a solo show called Koloa Malumalu or Malumalu. Yeah.
Molo malo.
Yeah, which is very exciting. Very exciting.
Oh, congratulations. And Te Oro is in Glen Innes, so do check that out. And do check out Siniva Williams Art online, where you can follow her and her work and this wonderful taonga that she's creating. And we're so blessed to have you on our Polokalama, Siniva. You must come back again in the near future for another talanoa. You just never know. There might be a junior Siniva Williams who might be listening, inspired by your story and your creativity. So thank you so much for blessing us with your presence this afternoon.
Thank you very much, and Malawa Pita, for having me.
O whalahi atu sis, take care.